Hi everybody, and welcome back to another video of my Jaguar XK8 year 2000. If you see my previous post, you'll see that I bought it as a stripped down project. The previous owner had completely stripped it down inside and the outside for a repaint, but that's as far as he got with the project. It sort of languished in his garage for 2 or 3 years until he put it up for sale. So I bought it blind, took a bit of a gamble, had it shipped down to me here. And basically what I decided to do, like I say, is put the car back together again, see how it all is mechanically, get it through its MOT, and then use it. And I'm going to be doing some work on it over the winter time. So that's what I've done. So I spent 4 or 5 days putting the car back together again, took it down for its MOT, and I was amazed it went straight through the MOT, first time of asking. The only thing they picked up on was for a rear handbrake cable. So I've just replaced both rear handbrake cables and in fact the handbrake shoes as well. But yeah, went straight through. I say my biggest concern was going to be the emissions because it hasn't been run for 2 or 3 years. But no problems at all. It's clean as a whistle, doesn't smoke ever. So yeah, I was amazed. But as you can see, it's come up really well. I did polish it the other day with some T-Cut Colour Restore, which seems to have done the job, but I mean realistically it does need a repaint, but for what I'm going to use it for, I can live with it just how it is, to be honest with you. Yeah, so I'm very pleased with how it's turned out. It's come back together really well. There's no rust in the car at all yet. There will be some languishing somewhere hidden behind a panel, but nothing on the body where you would expect it. So nothing around the back arches or round onto the light clusters, the joint between the bumper and the body. I hope you can see that. Yeah, it's clean as a whistle. Just walking around my barn trying not to fall over all the junk I've got down here at the moment. Yeah, it's come up beautiful. The only thing I've had to do to it mechanically since I've owned it is it developed a misfire just last week, and so it was idling really rough and would just cut out. So I put the scanner on it, which told me nothing. Basically told me I'd a misfire on cylinders 1 through to 8, which was no help. So, but popped the bonnet. And when I popped the bonnet, I could see that the, I think it's the low load breather hose, which is the one on this side, basically comes from the top of the cam cover, comes under the inlets, and then it tees off into the throttle body, then comes from the throttle body back around here, joins to another pipe, which then vents down into the container under the inner wing, I believe. And basically it's obviously broken in the past before, and whoever had it previously has done a bit of a repair on it, and they're taped up and bolted with another bit of hose the T-piece which goes to the throttle body, and obviously it's just given up the ghost. So I bought a new genuine Jaguar part, only £22, so why someone would budget I don't know. Yeah, it probably took about half an hour to get it on and fixed, and it's running right as rain again. But mechanically she's lovely. Drives absolutely beautifully. Gearbox is smooth as anything. The only thing I do get, which I've yet to find the cause of, is the near side rear around the wheel area. When you drive in, I can hear a really annoying sort of rattling, vibrating noise, as though something's loose. So I can only imagine I've got maybe a shock tower gone, or a bush or something like that. So I need to have the wheel off, get it up in the air and have a look at that. But other than that, yeah, super impressed with how she goes. Never had a warning light on, no overheating, no loss of coolant, nothing like that. So very impressed. The interior as well come up really well. As you can see, everything cleaned up nicely. All the leather took a bit of scrubbing but come up well. All the front seats, back seats, all ended up being in really good condition. What I have done, because the headlining was trashed, When it come down to me, the driver strapped it to the roof of the Jag on the outside, so it was just destroyed. So I've ended up redoing the rear parcel shelf and all the headlining, if you can see that, I hope it's not too dark, and down through the A-pillars. And I used a product called Vel-Trim for that, which is what I use on my Campervan conversions. For those of you that don't know, I also convert Campervans. You can probably see, there you go, there's one we're doing at the moment. An old 80s Volkswagen Type 25. So yeah, I use that and it came out really well, and it's a really cheap option to do. You know, probably cost me 20 quid of materials, but it has a really good effect, and it comes in lots of colours. But I've gone for the beige colour sand, I think it's called. It just matches the interior really well. So that's it. It's the car back together again. So looking nice, shiny. All the wheels are in excellent condition. All the tyres were okay. I think I had an advisory for one tyre. It's got Pirelli P0s on it, and I think one of them's probably been on there, you know, a long time. So the sidewall's cracked, what have you. So yeah, really pleased. The only things I had to buy when I rebuilt it was I had to replace the trim. I think it was on this side, this one here, because when the previous owner stripped it down, I don't think he quite realised how it come apart, and it got bent in half. So I sourced one of them, so I had to buy that, and I had to buy the piece of ducting tube which goes from the breather box into the inner wing, because that was missing. But other than that, pretty much everything was there. So once I worked out how it went back together again, it went back together quite quickly. So yeah, really, really pleased. So yeah, my plan now is just to drive it, use it, and then this coming winter time, start, you know, slowly doing it up from the ground upwards. So start stripping down suspension, cleaning, painting, new bushings. I think it definitely needs the top mounts doing, because when you look at the top nut from in the engine bay, they're pretty worn. So yeah, just try and iron out any little things that I can, and just basically look after it. So if you'd like to see more videos like that, please check back in, and I'll post some up. I think I'm just going to start a new channel for this, because I've got one already called VW Bus Bits, which is for all my Volkswagen camper stuff. But I think I'll do one especially for the Jag. So if you'd like to see that, please tune back in, subscribe, whatever, and then we'll have a go at this YouTube malarkey and see if I get some interest. But that's it for today. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll speak again soon. Cheers.